Thank you for clicking on the help video. In this example, I'm going to discuss how to determine the degree of a function, of a polynomial function given its graph. Now, the graph that we have here is a quadratic function. It looks like a quadratic because of the curve. So I would assume that this would have to be something like this. X squared, if I write it in, again, the parent form. If I consider this again as a quadratic equation, that would be the standard form of ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, so you can clearly see that the degree again is going to be 2. But I can create a quadratic equation where the degree of this could be 4 or even 6, and it looks the exact same way there. So I know that at least in terms of a minimum degree, I know that the minimum degree has to be at least 2. So 2 would have to be the smallest number for what possible degree is going to create a function that looks like this. Now, another way of determining that without knowing again the shape of this thing and knowing the parent function is by the number of turns. If I simply count the number of times it changes directions, which I see right here is this one turning point. So we have one turning point right here on the graph. Then by adding 1 to that turning point, I get a value of 2. So I can get this number of 2 and determine again the minimum degree by simply counting the number of turning points and adding 1 to it. So this one would have to have at least a minimum degree of 2.